YouTube, what's going on? Exhibit here, and I got an awesome new video for you guys today. In today's video, we're doing a review of the San Diego race that just happened last night. We had two brand new winners, but before we get into that, I want to give a big shout out to Stone Rider as well as everybody that's involved creating these aerial SX tracks. Round 3 San Diego was this track is awesome. It's a lot, I would say honestly, it's a lot easier than all the other tracks. The hardest part is getting through those whoops clean every single time. But there's nothing too crazy on the track. Just like in real life, there was nothing too crazy except the whoops. So they did a really good job on this track. It's a lot of fun, a lot of good racing, and you'll see that later on in this video. So big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to Stone. Big shout out to everybody that's involved with these. Make sure you guys go check it out. Make sure you guys follow Stone as well. I'm pretty sure he does videos on it during the week, as well as like a little live stream that on the track. So make sure you guys are checking that out. So anyways, let's hop into the fantasy results that we have. So first things first, my fantasy team, 250 riders. I had Robbie Wageman, Jalik Swoll, Joe Schmoda, and Derek Kelly. We got max points for Derek Kelly. I think everybody picked Derek Kelly. I don't remember what handicap. I think he was a handicap 13, if I'm not mistaken. So everybody was picking Derek Kelly. He got double points, got max points. So big shout to AEO. He's on the AEO team, so big shout to them. And then Joe Schmoda, man, if he could have got a start, he could have done something, but he got 5th, but he got max points for us as an all-star, so that's good. Jalik Swoll coming back from concussion. He did really well. I think he got like a 7th. We'll figure, I think it's a 7th. Yep, 7th right there. So he got 36 points, not bad. And then Robbie Wageman, he had a 0 handicap, but I thought he was going to get top 10. He was getting top 10s all year, and just fell right outside of that top 10, as you can see, and we didn't get double points. But hey, it happens, and got to move on. But 450 riders, we had Malcolm. He got max points with the All-Star. We got Dylan Fernandez, Shane McRath, and Chase Sexton. So my 450 riders did awesome. So we got like 265, which is, if I'm not mistaken, which was pretty, like, I think 3rd. Yeah, 3rd overall in the league. So I'm pretty happy about that. Shout out to Jordan and Elwood. They tied for 1st in the league for this week. But we gained some points on B. We gained 2 points on B. So the overall standings, we're looking pretty good. We're up by 5 going into Anaheim 2. So got to stay on the grind. We got to continue to get these riders going. And yeah, so that's my fantasy team. Nothing too crazy about it. But that's what it was. But let's go over the results. All right, so the 250 results. I mean, I didn't think I had Michael Mosiman winning at all, unless something happened to Craig. And what do you know? Something happened to Craig. He went down in the first turn, visor off. He came from dead last to 3rd. I was saying it in the Discord, he's going to get 3rd or higher. I mean, nobody can touch his speed, his raw speed. I don't think anybody can touch his raw speed, and you guys saw that last night on the show. I mean, nobody can touch it. He's flying out there. It's his championship to lose. He only lost a couple points. He only lost 2 points to Hunter and 5 to Mosiman. Still got the championship overall. So he still has 6 points over Hunter and 9 points over Mosiman. So it's Craig's championship to lose. But as you can see, even in a first turn pile up, he's still getting 3rd. So shout out to Mosiman. He got his first dub ever. He was battling with Hunter the whole entire race. It was an awesome battle to see. I wish Hunter would have just stuffed him into the corner. He had multiple opportunities, but he just didn't pull the trigger. And then he got sideways in the whoops. And then the last lap, he had a couple lappers in his way. But I think if those lappers weren't in his way, he's going to take him out in the final corner before the finish. But what are you going to do? He got 2nd again, back-to-back seconds. He's chipping away at the championship, only 6 down. He's got to win a couple of these if he wants the championship. But good ride for both of those. Vince right up there in 4th. Solid ride. Good start. Solid ride. Joe went down with Christian Craig. Came all the way back to 5th. They were both like last off the start. So good ride by Joe. Carson Mumford. I should have picked him in fantasy this week, but I picked him last week. So that's why I didn't pick him this week. I picked him for Oakland, which he got 26 points. But what are you going to do? But he rode awesome. Suzuki up front. Good start. He started 3rd, fell back to 8th. Or fell back to, excuse me, he started 3rd. and fell back to 6th. So good ride by Mumford. He's coming along really, really well. It's awesome to see. Malik Swole, first race back, got a 7th. Can't complain. I mean, he rode really, really good all day. So Nate Thrasher had a little hiccup after the Dragons back, I believe. He was running 3rd and then fell back to 8th. Kind of sucks. That Dragon back was tricky for sure, right? Leading into the whoops. Very tricky. And then you had some solid rides by Cole Thompson, Carson Brown, Dylan Walsh. Shout out to Derek Kelly, Chris Blows. Steve Wageman fell to 14th. He started 19th though. Got all the way up to 14th. Good ride. I think if he started a little bit higher, he might have been in the first turn pileup. But if he started a little bit higher, he would have had top 10. So can't complain. And then everybody in here: Ryan Surratt, Harriman, Schwartz, Woodcock, Ray. Shout out to Ray. Don't know him personally, but the homie Casey Dilla does. So that's awesome to see his buddy of his make the main event. And then shout out to everybody that finished. Justin Rodbell was a good pick in fantasy if you picked him. Garrett Marchbanks. I don't know what happened to Marchbanks. He was running top 5, and then as you can see, got last. So I don't know what happened, but good ride overall by all of these guys. Tough track, tough, tight track. But you can see who was dominant in the 250 class. As you can see, the top 3 were just completely out of everybody else's league for this race. Season points, you got Craig, Hunter, Mosman, Freese, and Shimoda. Shimoda's down 23. It's going to be tough for him to do anything. I wish he had a couple good races in the beginning. But, hey, you got to start chipping away. Anything's possible. So I'm rooting for Joe, and I'm rooting for Hunter. But Craig is on top of everybody right now, so you can't go wrong with rooting for Craig right now, or rooting for Craig right now. So good race on the 250. It was very, very good. Craig was battling, and I'm excited to see Anaheim too by all of these guys. And then 450s, we got the first ever win by Chase Sexton. He rode solid. And then you got Eli, finally got a start. Dylan finally got a start. Cooper up there. Malcolm, another top 5 for Malcolm. Webb is just gonna web. Like, I mean, he just does that every single race. He's just gonna be right there. Plessinger, Roxon, Anderson, Barsha. What sucks about Anderson, dude, he was riding so well. He passed 3rd. He passed what, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. He was in 2nd, chasing Sexton. Got it down to like 5.5 seconds, and then his radiator cap came off. That is rough. Very, very rough. I think he had a shot at winning. But still, I mean, falling from 2nd to 8th. I think it was 9th, and Barsha got docked a position. So falling from 2nd to 8th, that's rough. But what are you going to do? It's only the 3rd round in. You still got 14 other races to go. So can't complain. He's healthy. He's going to be solid next week at A2. So... but good job by Eli, finally getting a start. It was good to see him run up front. Same with Dylan. Dylan was making passes. He made passes on Webb. I think he made passes on Stewart as well. So good race by Dylan. Malcolm made some couple passes. Started 11th, actually. Made quite a few passes. Started 11th, got up to 5th. Same with Plessinger. Roxon fell after that corner, after the whoops by Anderson. Just a good block pass. And... what are you going to do? He just, like he said, watched a video, how was your weekend? He said his grip was just completely ripped off and he couldn't find a flow after his crash. So he just settled in right where he was for 7th. Anderson, like we already talked about. Barsha got docked to position. Muscan was running 1st and fell back to 10th. That's rough. That is very rough. I don't know what happened in his race. But he had the speed for quite a bit and then just started falling back. So that's unfortunate, but good ride by Justin, Max, Shane. Shane started at 12th and stayed around 12th and 13th. Dean, Hartrath, Oldenburg, Chisholm, Josh Hill came from the LCQ. Good ride by him. Breeze as well. I think Alex made it right out of the heat. It's not a good ride by Alex, but hey, 450 class is tough. Norn came out of the LCQ, I believe, and then Justin Bogle. Justin Bogle crashed a couple times, I think, and then just couldn't find a flow. But I think he also got DQ'd, if I'm not mistaken, that I read on Twitter. But solid race. I mean, after I think honestly, after Anderson made all these passes getting up to second, nothing really happened until his radiator cap came off and he just started falling back. But then the race was just follow the leader. Malcolm was right behind Webb and Fernandez, but he just couldn't make up that time because everybody was running the same laps, same lap times. There wasn't really any really good passing points besides the whoops. But if you're hitting the whoops consistent, you're not really making up that time. So it was kind of like just a follow the leader type of track, very tight. And the only one really making passes was Anderson, and got all the way up to second. So solid ride by Anderson. I'm excited to see what he does later in the series. And then big shot to Chase, got his first ever win. Pulled whole shot too, just dominated the whole race. As you can see, just never looked back. Can't complain about that. Chase rode excellent, rode solid, consistent, no mistakes, and but yeah. So shout out to Chase for that win. Shout out to Mosman for his first ever win. And then I mean, point standings. Who would have thought Eli would have the points, but not even winning a race? I mean, that's crazy. He has the points by 1 over Sexton and Webb. He has 3 over Barsha, and 5 over Anderson. Roxon's right there at 7 points. Malcolm's right there at 7 points. This thing is super tight, and it's only the 3rd round. So I mean, it's going to be awesome to see the rest of this series go on. Anybody can win. Like, I mean, this top 10 right here is all factory riders. I mean, anybody can go anywhere. All these points are crazy. Malcolm gets a win, he bumps up 3 points, maybe 5 points, depending on where Eli lands. Same thing with Fernandez, same thing with Roxon. I mean, it's going to be awesome to watch the rest of this year. So very excited for the next week at A2. So I'm definitely excited for that. So also, I want to give a big shout out to TFC for providing these track map versions of the Supercross. These are a lot of fun to ride. This one was especially hard with the triple out of the corner. But man, this was a lot of fun to ride. It gives us another option to ride these Supercross tracks with TFC and Stone Riders coming out. So I just want to give a big shout out to them. Go check out his YouTube. He posted a video on it, his progression, as well as like his creation of the track. So make sure you guys go check that out. Make sure you guys subscribe to him. But yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to them for creating this. He does an awesome job with these, as well as Ariel. So thank you guys for creating those. It's awesome to ride. Gives us something to look forward to on Thursday and Fridays. So big shout out to them. And yeah, so anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are interested in joining Pulp MX Fantasy with us, the link will be down in the description below. Both of these tracks will be down in the description below. But yeah, I'm excited for A2, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you guys have a good week. So much love, guys. I'm out.